Guys, you're live right now.
Okay.
It's playing.
Okay.
It says it's not playing. It says Frank just checked on his computer at home.
Thank you.
I don't know what's going on with that. This was our thing, but you guys are live right now.
Thank you.
It's the room. Are you here for 10?
Yes,
Bayberry?
my name's Thomas Holt.
Oh, great.
And I'm the resident of 10 Bayberry.
Would you like to present your?
I'm representing Josiah Newman,
Oh.
representing Mr.
Okay.
Holt here.
Sure.
Just a brief catch up on the project. This was passed back in the fall, right before COVID, I think 2019. And COVID hit, we took a hold on actually going forward with it. And since then, we make a few minor changes, which I think will be easiest to just go through elevation by elevation. Which elevation? The south elevation, which is the one I would like to start on, we would like to, he has an exterior staircase going down in the basement, and you can see on the right side of the proposed south elevation, this little bump out addition to create a exterior staircase covered going down to the basement. And you'd also like to remove the existing chimney there. Several different issues with it. There's leaking, poor placement, and if possible, you'd like to relocate the wood burning stove to the other side of the room and install a vent pipe that is shown in the proposed south elevation. Again, you can see the vent pipe proposed in the west elevation, and the only other change to the west elevation is the approved dormer that comes off of that elevation. We like to keep the existing shed dormer that you see above. That is there now.
I don't see a shed dormer.
On the proposed west elevation,
Yeah, we don't see,
Oh,
there's
no
no shed
dormer.
dormer on that one.
It's like,
Maybe this is the proposed.
yep, no shed dormer on our plan.
well, then we'd like to keep it as is until further review.
That's how you roll with it. Thank
Or
you.
is this the proposed shed dormer? This is the proposed west.
North elevation,
This drawing's not labeled.
it should be
Oh,
on the,
maybe this is the west.
Oh, it's not labeled.
should say in the key down at the bottom right with the page number.
No,
East.
okay.
This is east.
East elevation,
Is anybody ready to comment? Oh, sorry, are you finished?
the only other thing I would like to point out is on the north elevation, you'd also, again, that bump out showing the covered exterior basement stair. And there is a proposed pergola off the one bedroom off the first floor there.
Okay, great, thank you.
So the piece with all the glass is the covered stair down.
Yes, with a row of 6 windows.
How far off this street is this?
Setbacks,
You're looking at
80,
100 yards.
80 to 100 yards off the back of the front of Bayberry.
And you're keeping all that vegetation that's shown?
Oh, yeah.
Very, very wooded.
What is that?
And putting more in.
Nice
So it's off that side. That's the bumper. That's.
John, do you want to start?
I'm sorry,
Would you like to start on this
do you
project?
want, yes. Okay, I have a question on existing deck, that, doesn't have a number, anyway. This, vent pipe,
Yes,
That's the only thing.
where is it located here?
it would be
Closest. Yeah.
over in this corner. That's the new wood burning stove. And that would be the vent pipe coming out of that corner,
Okay,
which is in the back.
Is this stainless steel?
Yes,
Generally, stainless steel is not approved in the old historic districts area.
okay.
It might be outside, it's up to the board.
I believe it is,
Yeah,
but I would,
Yeah, if it is visible from the street or travel away.
We're also not
I'm sorry,
picky, myself and my wife are not picky on color. It needs to be matte black, so we can make it matte black or stainless.
I'm just curious where it is, because if it can be seen, it should be knocked out. Use something else, another material.
Do you have anything to say about the rest of the application? Anything else, John?
My only question there,
Yeah,
should
no,
it stay there, or should it take a hike?
no,
That's what
no,
I'm
it's a good
saying.
one. Good
It's
question.
metal, it's a metal roof. And you got a big chimney.
Val, you ready?
Chimney's
Yeah.
going away.
Uh,
The chimney is being eliminated.
I would be
Me too.
comfortable with it saying if it can be seen at time of inspection, they have to do something to screen it.
Hey, there you go. Who else is on this?
Me.
I wouldn't want to
Steve,
look
we're all
at
on
it.
it.
Yeah, we're all on everything.
I feel the same way that Val does. I think this neighborhood is heavily planted and wooded, and I feel like that definitely the bump for the stairs won't be visible. And the height, I think that'll be hidden by that big dormer on it. I think we're okay.
Stephen?
Yeah, I agree. I think woodland green camo if it's visible at any point. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I like that.
Motion to approve, with the caveat, can't be seen at time of inspection and thereafter.
The flue,
The blue.
The metal pipe.
yeah, just
Yeah.
Just for clarity.
Anybody opposed?
Is there a motion to approve it with the pipe?
subject
Yes,
to
but-
visibility. If it's visible at time of inspection, it has to be screened.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Anybody opposed to that? Okay, that passes. Thank you.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a lovely afternoon.
You too.
There's nobody here for 101 Orange.
So,
There is none?
okay, too bad.
None.
Oh,
Motion to hold number 3 for representation.
Thank you, Val.
That's
Anybody?
who the red lot,
101 orange, yep.
hold.
101 oranges.
That was held on Tuesday night.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so we're going to hold that. And what about Tim V?
Yep, I'm here.
You
I'm not. I'm representing.
you testing?
Oh, man.
I saw him.
No,
They're moving.
he's in Montana right now. Fishing.
Yeah.
That way he's gonna play right now.
It says right there.
Weird. Calling my way.
Thank you.
No, he's serious. He's on plane.
There you go, Kathy. Oopsie daisy.
These Thursday meetings always get off to a rocky start.
So having one on a Tuesday here is a really good idea.
Yes,
We'll get to that.
rocket task.
It's a good.
Gladlands. You want to
We
present?
held it. Sure. Yeah, so this is, I believe this one's, you guys have already, yeah, the house is already approved on this one. So yeah, as you can see, we're kind of full hardscape driveway. It's a new install. We've got a basketball court. We've kept all like the pool and everything kind of tight to the house. And we're proposing, like, we're gonna keep a lot of the vegetation, obviously, that is surrounding it.
Absolutely.
Clearing out the area for nice lawn, nice plantings around. It's pretty.
I hope you're going to
Surfside-y.
fill in more vegetation because you can see it.
What's that? Yeah, we've got some added vegetation. You can see like around the border, we've got plantings, and then we're gonna do a little berm. Berm kind of like where you see the yellow, it's kind of burned up a little bit. And then we've got some plantings in the driveway and off to the side. I think this would be like the left side of the driveway. You can see where we've got, you can see the plantings along the road where the septic is, because there's a gap there. And then we've also got plantings on the other side.
I'll go, Madam Chair.
Go, please.
Lindsay, how high is the berm gonna be?
Probably 18 inches to 2 feet at the most.
Okay, and the fence is obscured by the existing vegetation,
Yeah.
is your intention?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will, when we get to it, make a motion to add those two things in there. My concern is with pools and whatnot, we are getting grade changes that we're not aware of. And I'm not suggesting
Oh, yeah.
that you are doing that, but to add, I think, to our caveat, a grade change of no more than 18 inches addresses that out of the gate. We don't always have to ask for a section.
Yeah, the pool is actually at grade, and then the
Yeah.
berm is just kind of helped to kind of mask it.
Gotcha. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Valerie?
You know, with our screening caveat, I guess it's okay. I'm more concerned about Surfside Road, which isn't marked on here. Yeah, it's big, but everybody is big.
Well, the
big.
site is quite large, too.
Yeah.
Carrie?
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think with our caveat, I agree with the Surfside Road side, so concentrate on that
Yeah.
one for serious.
Okay, you were gonna make a motion, Stephen?
John, did you comment? Just want to make sure.
Has the auto covers.
Okay, so motion approved, subject, as submitted, subject to no grade change greater than 18 inches and fence to be, not to be visible at time, fence and pool not to be visible at time of inspection thereafter.
Right, anybody opposed to that suggestion, motion? Okay, grab and hold your peace. That passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm going to take that call from the president now, Madam Chair. I'll be back shortly.
This one has a 4-person board.
29.
This one I might want a 5-person.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, are you okay with that?
I'm okay with Sherburne being a 4-person. Because I got 4 in a row. Can I do that? Is he coming back?
Madam Chair,
Excuse me?
the applicant would like to request.
Can I request a 5-person board on this one? I
Sure.
can just wait for him to come back.
Absolutely.
Well, can we skip this and come back to it,
Yeah.
so we're not
I've got 4 in a
wasting
row,
time?
so that
You wanna
way.
wait for Ray?
Yeah, or not, or is Ray coming?
No, well, Ray might be here, but Stephen.
Steven, when Steven comes back from his call, that way.
Oh, okay. Do we wanna just put it to the side then?
Sure.
Okay, let's go to number.
Motion to hold for a 5-person board.
Motion to call for a 5-person board.
Yeah, just for a few minutes until he gets back.
John. Yeah, John Hancock. I think Stephen was on that. Can you get that to Stephen after you sign
So this one, I think you guys have seen this a few times with Sophie. Sophie's had kind of the full landscape kind of drawn in her plan the whole time, so this is just kind of dressing up and giving more detail on what she's presenting. So I think the pool, there's not going to be any really visibility for the pool because it's kind of tucked in between the structures. As well as all the hardscape, because your visibility is not going to see it because the road is actually lower than the pool. And so your trajectory, you wouldn't see it. And you've got a deck in between. So this is at the beginning of Sherburne.
So it's like this.
Yeah, so when you come off that cliff, off a cliff. and
Yeah, I
you've got
know
that
where it is.
triangle, yeah. So 2 that are going right next to each other, there's 20 Sherburne and then 4 Folger. So the pool and the hardscape are really kind of tucked in that courtyard area, so.
Hey Lindsay, could you make a square on my site plan where it is?
It's because it's facing a different direction.
Yeah, I know, I just have a little difficulty, like.
So here's that V at
Yeah.
Cliff Road.
Yeah.
So where's the pool?
Yeah.
So the pool's like right here, and then you've got the house kind of goes like, so this is the house, it's kind of L-shaped, right? So the house kind of goes like this. And then you have another structure that goes like this. So your visibility, right, from Cliff Road would be kind of like through here. But if you look at the grades, this is low, this is higher than here, but when you look through, you're not gonna see it because this is raised up and higher than this.
Does everybody get what he said?
So this deck in between the two structures is actually at elevation 41, but the pool's at elevation 39.5. And the road's at elevation 38. So you actually don't see any of this.
And this driveway is right here?
Exactly, yeah.
So the existing curb cut.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can vouch for the fact that this won't be visible.
Would anybody like to start?
I think it won't be visible, so I think.
Oh, thank you. So Carrie says it won't be visible. John, what do you think?
I had a question on it. Sherman Turnpike. Up here, Cooper Road.
It's Joan Rubin's old property, if that helps you.
Location.
Joan Rubin's old property.
I'm sorry?
Do you remember Joan Rubin?
I know, I almost married her.
Yeah, well, that's her, this is her old property.
Her father owned a movie theater.
Yes, that's her old property, so that tells you where it is.
Is she the one that got away?
A lot of them out there.
Oh, gosh. Stephen, you're not.
I'm gonna abstain.
Okay. Wait, Val, you didn't say anything.
I don't have anything to say.
You mean positive or negative?
I trust Carrie's,
Oh,
that it can't be seen, so.
okay, well, then.
Trust me, not you.
Okay.
I know she gave me the,
Would anybody like to make a motion on that then?
Motion to approve as submitted, can't be seen in the time of inspection and in perpetuity. And there he goes again.
it's all right, but I got one more.
Yeah, yes, I'll find out.
29 Main Street, Wisconsin.
We're holding that for Steve, he's talking to the president, he's coming right back. But what do you think of, this one on the Sherburne Turnpike, a strange name? 20, what do you think of this application, John? Are you in favor of Val's motion? To approve?
20 Sherman Turnpike?
Yeah,
I'm in favor.
okay. Okay, that passes. Hey, no laughing.
Wow. All right.
She's a tough one, this
She's, yeah,
one.
yeah, God bless her.
Maybe a circus for coastal resiliency.
This is the Sherburne one, John.
Hold on, Karen, I think it was that.
Really? Got you wrong now?
Yeah.
We voted for Steve.
No, he's not on
this
it,
is
just
the-
you.
the-
Oh, we're done.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you want to put that one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. All right, so this one's a pool kind of tucked in the back corner of the lot. The garage just got moved to that location. There's actually ultimately going to be a house in front of it.
Is that Mark Patone, did that?
Yes, and so there's going to be a house in front of it. So like essentially, ultimately is the houses will block it, but in the meantime, what we're proposing is a type 2 picket fence with a privet hedge, which I think kind of fits in the neighborhood. It's tucked in the corner. It's already surrounded by existing 5-in-1 fence. The board fences that the neighbor behind and the neighbor to the right side have already installed. And then we have the garage on one side. And so really it's just that one stretch of picket fence with the hedge. And there's already a massive hedge along the road, which I think would help screen as well. So.
Madam Chair, I do have each have a comment.
Oh, please.
They reviewed this on June 14th. Their concerns are this is going to be very visible. awkward siting a pool next to garage without a house in front of it. Maybe something more permanent than privet along the front, and then much heavier vegetation. Where is the pool equipment? And from a staff's perspective, it would be nice if this was coming after the new house, but understand the reason for wanting to have the pool now. Thank you.
So I know the thing is like with the zoning and everything, obviously, like,
Yes,
yeah,
that's why.
yeah.
Understand
With what zoning and everything?
the change from town meeting.
What does that say?
I don't remember exactly.
It's R1, I think eliminates pools in R1.
Yeah.
And this actually might, because I think it's an oversized lot, if I remember correctly, or is it 5,000?
6,600.
So it does fall within it, yeah.
Yeah.
So is there a thing where we could approve it, but contingent on building permits? Probably not for the house to be
No.
permitted
No.
before or
Can't do
alongside
that.
this.
I mean, we're happy
It's
to
gonna be
do-
built before the house.
Exactly, yeah, and it would have to be constructed before the house
Yes.
anyway, just because we're shoving it in the corner.
Right, but if both permits were issued at the same time, we'd have a guarantee that the house was coming right after.
Yeah,
If you were reviewing both
Right.
ways at the same time, yes.
I mean, we're totally open to more screening, because at the end of the day, like, they don't want people staring at them either, so if you guys want more screening, and then ultimately, obviously, there is gonna be a house there, like, it's just, I think Mark's still working on the drawings.
Well, there's a 48-inch high picket fence running along the street
And
Yeah.
some clear trees.
Yeah, and pear tree
and hedge.
Mhm.
and hedge.
Well, it can't be seen at time of inspection and thereafter in perpetuity.
Yeah, I trust that it won't
No,
be visible.
John, what do you think?
Where is there a photo showing a 5-in-1 fence
The 5-1 fence along the backside.
down here,
It exists already.
right here?
Yeah, so this already exists here and here. The the neighbors have already installed it. That goes here and here. It's not even,
5-in-1 stops where?
the 5-1 starts here. The neighbors have already built it. So it's actually the neighbor's fence, and it goes here
That's it.
and here. And then we're adding a fence here and here, type 2 pickets, so you don't see it.
Thank you, thank you.
So I personally would like to see more screening on the corner and brought into the lot more. So, that is my opinion. What do we want to do with this?
Motion to approve with the caveat, can't be seen at time of inspection and thereafter in perpetuity, forever and ever, hold your peace.
Are there any opposed or abstentions? I, one abstention, but that passes.
I don't know where Stephen went.
I mean, like, I'm in a dilemma, because if I push it, I'm never gonna get seen again, so.
Well, just sit back and let the next guy go and then.
Yeah,
come
okay.
back. That-
Well, he is the next guy, so that wasn't. You're not the next guy. Oh, Val's the next
I'm the
guy.
next guy.
Joan here,
No, she's moved off.
how about Al?
She's in Florida, they're in Florida, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Matt did leave.
He's out there.
Okay, so Steve's still on with the
I wrote
president?
it backwards.
Is Steve still on with the president? I'll let Val go.
Well, I'm not sure, I think I want him to be here too,
All
so.
right, look at, jumped up there, buddy.
Wow, I wish you hadn't left the building.
Well, we can do one,
Okay.
yeah. Beach girls.
John, yeah. Oh,
I already printed that, I didn't print the other one.
Oh. No, I did,
Okay.
here. I printed two.
if you're for it, sign it.
This is in Richmond Development, the next three applications, it's actually the same structure on all three lots, but with different colors and different window pane configurations. They're duplex lots, yes, they are very small. And if you look at the enlarged site plan that I brought, it's over there. I'll give you this. It's unusual situation how they're accessing or providing parking. They have
Let's cover a shared
an
driveway.
easement cut up the middle and then parking in the back, and this major, the big buildings,
Mhm.
they're sharing parking on their lots, so. There were houses, I think at least one was approved on this site prior. And this is context. If you want to look at it, these are what's in back of it.
The 7-pitch roof is,
I know, but that's because of,
the width of the building
and
and
the height, yeah. And they're not over size height on either floor.
I know, but I kind of feel like it should go up in pitch and have it be
A little
If it
taller.
went up a foot, does that mean it would be a 12 and 8?
8 might take it up a little higher than that. But, roof pitch is-
Look, I'm happy to change the roof pitch or agree to that. It's
Yeah.
just that we were trying to keep it as low as we
Yeah, I
could.
get it, I understand the intention, good intention.
The colors on this are natural to weather trim, terratone sash, black roof, and a cottage red front door.
Madam Chair, it says forest green for that. We'll change
Oh,
that.
I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry. They're all in a row. Sorry.
Yeah, 39.
Forest green and
Forest green.
natural to
For
weather,
the trim?
and the doors and windows.
Okay.
Not the trim, natural to weather trim.
How come there's more than 8 inches of concrete? I mean, if you drop that concrete down a little bit, you've got 2 feet, 2.5 to the top of finished floor. It doesn't have to be that much. Drop that down a tiny
Is this
bit.
modular?
Raise
Yes.
it to an 8.
That seems to come up a lot. Can we drop that and get a,
I will drop that to what the absolute minimum can be
yeah,
and make the pitch a little steeper.
yeah,
Yeah.
make that motion.
And then, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the 7.
John, what do you think of the architecture?
My only comment, what are they using for shrubbery?
For
Oh.
what?
Shrubbery, well,
Wait,
that's,
I'm sorry, one person to answer, I questioned whoever, who's representing it.
Me,
Oh, what are you using for,
I don't know. For shrubbery around the
you don't know.
stairwell?
Could be something thin, you can see behind it, part of the location on the road, the street.
are you doing the landscape?
I'm not, I'm just representing this. I don't know, John, what it is.
We have hedges for now, and they come back.
Hedges where though? Where do you want them? Around the whole lot?
They gotta be all
Just to
drawn
hide
in.
this from the street. To hide that from the street.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It's
calling
showing on
them,
the drawings that it's gonna
Right.
be hidden from the street, so,
okay.
We could make that part of our approval, is to screen the stair to the basement from the street. It's drawn on the drawings.
Yeah.
as
Screen all of
I
them.
see 'em. What do you,
We could determine. we could-
What do you-
Make
what-
that your motion.
everybody else got a pool or something, they have to screen it or whatever.
Right,
What are they screening this with? There's nothing, there's no identification.
no, you're right, but we could put that as part of our motion, that we want it screened by an evergreen, whatever you want it to say, John.
This stuff is only about 3 feet high.
Right, which is the height of the railing, basically.
I just think it should be in there, so if somebody comes back later on and say, oh, that's what I meant.
Okay,
right.
well, Kara,
So-
can you put that in your, thing?
Yeah,
The reason I asked the question, I think some of these things should be
You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
no, good point.
identified.
Good call. So motion to approve through staff with the roof pitch being an 8 and dropping the first finished floor as low as can go to keep the ridge below 29.6.
Okay.
And evergreen screening on the street side to hide the basement stairs going down.
Okay. So, all right.
All in favor?
I know.
John, are you in favor of that motion? John? Yes, I'm in favor as well. Kara, are you in favor of the motion?
Yes.
Just to expedite the next two, it is the same structure, different colors, different window patterns.
It's gonna take me a minute, Abby.
So,
Yeah, take your time. Let's take a look.
Coloring one?
everyone,
Stephen's back. Madam Chair, I don't know if this makes a difference, but shouldn't you step over here maybe and represent your applications here like we did next door?
well, I can. The last time I asked, Ray said I didn't have to, but I will.
It's good practice to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, in case
Yeah.
somebody shows up.
No one
The
can,
president.
no one can question it.
The president is on the horn.
What's that?
Keep saying
Oh,
it.
oh, yeah, that's right. We can spread
He's hung
out.
up on orange rinds in the cranberry. I don't know.
So I suspect, Carrie, your
41.
Your approval will include the stuff on this one since it's virtually the same, as I said.
Is it right next door?
Yep. This is housing for some people,
For some people.
for a business. Okay, this one's gonna have white trim, white sash, and white doors and windows. 6/1 pane configuration. Approved this on another lot with pitch being steeper, the first floor to another lot and evergreen screening.
6/6.
This is all white,
Yeah,
and we could do this.
same, yeah.
Steve, we
You might
just,
have some comments.
you wanna know what we did to the last one?
Sure.
We steepened this pitch to a 12 and 8, and we're reducing the foundation by a foot. And there's going to be vegetation on the stairs going down. Are the stairs going, is that the same situation, Val?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, that's helpful. Was that window in the gable broken?
what?
It says fixed.
Oh, my God.
That was for John.
That's not allowed.
I don't know why people use double hung windows anymore. No one uses the windows to begin with. Go with single hung, save yourself money.
John, this is the one before. You sign that.
Sign?
Yeah, you sign it, you have to do it.
No, I'll
No.
take that, thank you.
Okay.
And, yeah, so, what do you think, Stephen?
I frankly, my only concern is, well, I mean, I understand it's workforce housing, but now these are, hold on, I'll answer my own question. I just think I would prefer that if there are 3 homes of this level of simplicity next to each other, that they would all face the same direction and be treated as such, as opposed to having them be 2 gables forward without adornment, and then the other one, if they fit, it looks like they would.
No.
Yeah, because this says 54, this says 63, this says
Okay.
62.
Okay, just rotated.
I mean, I'm just saying in terms of this,
I thought it would be more interesting if one was facing the other way.
perhaps if there were some type of porch or something on it, but there's
Well,
just
this
gonna be
is-
these two exposed gables facing the street, right? Am I reading this right? Beachgrass Road is here,
Yeah,
so it'd be a gable, and then the front. And while I understand this is workforce housing, it's not gonna be this additive massing and covered porches that wrap around and so on and so forth. It seems appropriate that if there's room, that they would face the street. If there's not room, then it doesn't make sense to even make the discussion.
But it's just that the two facing each other create a nice ambiance between the two buildings, that they look at each other.
and they
Yeah.
have a common driveway in between them, which is what the front is facing.
Oh, there's a driveway in between them?
Can you hand Carrie that down
yep.
so he can understand how this parking is working?
Oh, I see what's going on here.
Right, so they
Right.
share a
Okay.
driveway and this one doesn't.
So there isn't room. Are there street trees?
I don't know. No, look at the site plan, the picture of the site. That's what it is right now.
Okay, so I'll retract my comment due to the layout on the site, but I would ask that there be 2 street trees added along the Beachgrass Road for screening.
Can that be your motion?
Can we do the 8-pitch roof though, the 7-pitch roof?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Everything prior, 8-pitch roof, lose a foot on the height from the foundation, and,
I don't think it was a foot though, it was as much as possible, because a foot would take it below.
yeah, and I'm not looking for evergreen screening. I just think a couple of deciduous trees on the street will add
No,
something.
we had
over
evergreen
time.
Evergreen
screening
is
for
for
the
John.
stairs.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
Okay, that is Stephen's motion, or is that your motion? That was Steve and Carrie's motion. Anybody,
Duplex.
joint
There's a
effort.
duplex
anybody
motion on
opposed?
duplex.
That passes, that passes.
And the next one is, again, the same thing, natural to weather. Oh, no, that one was natural to weather.
Is this the one facing in to the other one? No.
What, they've already voted on it.
I'm sorry,
They've already voted on this. Wait, you have
I
another
haven't
one?
took that yet.
Where you been?
I'm moving a little fast, I'm trying to find out where the air conditioners are.
I have no idea.
They didn't put in for them yet. They're not on the site plan.
Yes.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Oops, sorry.
What's that? One here, and one over here.
So they're by the Bilko doors, then you've answered your own question.
But it's not showing the structure, the plot plan.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. They haven't put in for a hardscape plan with AC or anything else, so. Can I clarify the prior motion did not include the AC?
We're just working with a lot of skeptical stuff that's being rushed through. And I don't think it's right. We're
Okay,
judging this
let's,
stuff.
let's slow it
There's
down.
only 5 of us here.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I would just like to say the Bilkos are shown, as are the AC, so John is correct. And these will be facing
They're right here, there's one here,
yeah.
and one here.
Facing their
They're
parking.
visible.
So they meet our guidelines. They're both on the side of the house, not on the front.
We'll screen them.
And they'll be screened.
What do you mean, what guidelines? The AC guidelines that we worked on together at the organizational focus committee and voted on.
We'll put a fence in front of them.
We voted on those, John.
When?
2018, Kathy believes.
He was in that.
I know he was on the group. He-
Okay, all right, well, I'm set. John, Carrie's writing down the motion, the ACs are going to be screened.
Screen.
Can we add it to the other one?
Yep.
The AC units are going to be screened.
Oh,
No, good point.
yeah, it'll, I'm
So you're
sure
saying
it'll
all
be
those in
done.
favor?
All those in favor?
Aye. Yeah, let's do that in favor. Terry probably would appreciate that.
Yes.
Sorry.
John, are you in favor?
Yes,
And
And,
This is the third.
okay,
And this is facing,
This has a front presence on beach grass.
it's over one.
Yeah.
Do you want this together?
I see my pen.
Oh.
The compliance coordinator. Where are the ACs on this?
I think right there, west.
West. John, the AC's on the rear.
I'm sorry,
The ACs are on the rear,
right, yeah. Okay.
just so you know.
Facing the parking. Very tight parking.
Carrie, what do you think about this one? And what are the colors?
Which one are we on?
The one that faces the street.
White, white, and white.
Nice. Okay.
Black.
I still have a problem with the 7 slope.
Yeah,
No, we'll just make the same changes.
You can make it pretty fast.
Yeah.
How would I understand this? John Garrett, 22 Ear Point Road.
This one now,
No, we're in this, John.
the one facing the street.
41, 43.
We're on 43.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Carrie, you want to give your spiel?
A roof slope of 8 and 12 and drop the first finished floor as far as possible, not to exceed 29.56.
Evergreen screening.
No, because the front of this is actually, doesn't have basement stairs, it's got a nice little porch.
All in favor of Carrie's motion?
Aye.
John, are you in favor? Are you in favor of the motion?
What is the motion?
To, the same as the others, to increase the pitch to a 8 and 12 and reduce the foundation as far as possible.
We're on 43 Beach Grass Road, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
And screen AC units.
I took it.
screening. Yeah, I said, all in, so John, are you in favor of that
No
motion?
comment.
No, okay. Steve?
Yes, aye.
Okay, and I'm in favor. That passes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, Madam Chair, I think that maybe since Stephen is back, you want to
Jump back.
to open,
29?
yeah, which is
Okay.
number 5.
Okay.
Thank you, Val. Gonna get your steps in.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's 29 Main Street.
John,
Oh,
you can say you abstained, if you abstained on this one. You were opposed, or you can abstain,
You were opposed?
or you yeah, something.
this isn't Nantucket. I'm sure we have letters.
I've not received, but I have got comments.
So this is 29 Main Street, right across from 28 Main Street, which was approved about a month ago. Similar situation, we're tucking the pool behind the house. Got a, there's a privet hedge in the front of the house, and then there's another privet hedge that we added for their dog, to keep the dog in the back. And then there's a privet hedge, obviously, that already exists between the shell driveway, but we're gonna put a fence in there. Picket fence with an arbor. So, and we kept it small and we kept it tucked in there. It's super confined, very minimal hardscape. Doesn't stick out past the building. I know that one might stick out past.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Madam Chair.
Oh, yes, please.
Council, just take a look at this on June 14th. This is a contributing 1820 to 1848 structure. Comments, the pool should be pushed as far back as possible and shouldn't be beside the dwelling in relationship to both the dwelling on the lot as well as the abutter to the north. Be sensitive from both vistas was a comment since this is a corner lot. There's a comment about the waterfall also on that adjacent property line about having noise from it. The recommendation to move the pool to the corner of the lot as much as possible. And there should be more of an orientation between the house, more clear, to show the, basically, so there's a little less, basically moving it back would be beneficial to both the neighbors and the property owner. And then there was a question about the pool equipment. I didn't see it, but I could have been remiss in that. And really showing the adjacent property lines as well as the adjacent structures, which are listed on historic, would be beneficial. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I think the structure shows the locus map.
Okay.
When they say move it into the corner, are they saying move it into that corner?
Yeah.
So we would be open to that. The only reason we didn't do that is we tried to keep it tucked behind because I figured that would be, what the board would prefer. Because once you stick it out there, I still don't think it'll be visible, but it does kind of get you more, because at least in that space, you've got the protection of the house.
I tend to agree with you. But this is lot A and lot B. This is all one property.
It's all one property. They were gonna subdivide it, the previous owners were gonna subdivide it, and this woman bought it all in, because she loved the house. I love, that's a really cool.
Yeah, it was,
It would have been a really weird subdivision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even.
And if it was still subdivided, this would be a lot that had a pool on it and no house.
Right, yeah.
I'll go.
Please.
Anything you can do to move it away from the north, is that north?
Yeah.
North property line would be great. Why don't you push the pool closer to the house and put the patio closer, like swap them out or something. And be mindful of neighbors with a waterfall. It's not just to have a pool, you got a waterfall too.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
I think the biggest complaint about all of these is the noise factor in small lots. So if anybody can do anything to mitigate that to the best of their ability, is appreciated.
It's waterfall.
And it's just interesting. We've had so many pools on Main Street and some evoke such conversation and this one's like nothing.
Well, this is a large lot
Mm.
and yeah, I think that has something to do with it. I do agree about not shoving it so far north, but maybe, flip the use of the patio space and get it tucked closer to the house to mitigate that.
So I could shift it about like 4 feet closer to the house. And just kind of put it tighter to the planting bed, maybe?
I don't know, is that a deck?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, there's a deck, so so there's 2 sets of decks there.
The white block is.
The
that.
white block is a deck, and then so is that gray block.
Yeah.
It's just a covered roof.
Yeah.
So that's why we've kind of got it where we have it.
Okay, let's do one at a time. John,
Yes, I've been out here 3 times on this application and walked the lots. And I find a way presented here, there is no, there's no lack of visibility here. I'll make a motion to approve it as submitted. It's everything, it meets everything we have guidelines for.
well, we have to hear from,
Big fences.
we have to hear from Stephen and myself, so,
Why don't you go ahead, Madam Chair, if you don't mind.
okay, so,
Can I see this one?
so I'm worried about, visibility from West Sankaty with just simple privet hedge looking down the driveway. This is a pretty open area.
It's actually got a type 2 cedar picket fence,
How tall?
4 feet. So we've got that picket fence there at the driveway with a privet hedge. So that's what is gonna block your visibility from that West Sankaty. And the type 2 picket kind of fits in the neighborhood. So that's why there was lack of visibility.
Natural to weather.
Natural weather, of course.
What's the thing next to the? is
Okay,
this-
just let's not. I'm just, I also think it's inappropriate in a historic neighborhood, and I don't want to start a precedent. I feel the same way about this, and, I've been consistent, so that's my feeling. So, Stephen, did you want to go, please?
This is, forgive me, but this is inside or outside of the SOHD?
This is, yeah,
It's out.
this must be inside.
No,
it's
this is
closed.
right across the street from 28 Main, which is the one that I was here with before. And that was outside as well.
I think it's outside, but I wanted to confirm.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
it's, sorry, Mr. Madam Chair, through you, it's SR10.
Well, that's zoning,
Yeah,
not
that's one.
historic,
Oh, sorry.
right?
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she-
Well, it's on the application, there's a place to fill in for that.
Well, the zoning is okay.
Oh.
And we do actually have a picket fence. that we do as well.
Well, maybe. Okay. Go ahead.
You have a motion.
No, we're hearing from
So
Steve
this
right
is
now.
east of Burnell.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not in.
East and South.
It's not in this. Bunker.
Yeah.
Bunker.
Bunker's right here.
Oh, yeah, Burnell's-
right here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's approvable. I can't say I like it, but we're not here to determine what we like, I guess.
Madam Chair, it is located within the old historic district.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much.
Shively Street.
I mean, it's a 1820 house. They just, it's in a row of historic houses.
So if you see
Madam
that, that's
Chairman,
the overlay.
Move the motion.
But no, because we're listening.
Still
Steve,
discussing
John,
it.
what's your rush? We're having a discussion about the application. Give us an opportunity, please.
As I stated, when I made my statement, I said, what is I've seen there, 3 times I've been out there, and went there, as to today, is still approvable.
I understood your comment when you made it. However, we are all on the commission and we'd like to consider it individually. Is that okay?
Steve, finish.
Even you admitted that it's not really gonna be visible.
No.
We're not discussing back and forth.
That's not what I said.
Stephen, say what.
Yeah, I have concerns about it being in the old historic district, the size of it, I think. I think proximity is a valid concern with respect to the rear lot line. One of our charges is, proximity and setting and what's visible, and the screening may or may not be a concern. So those are my comments at this point. Sorry, Lindsay, I don't mean to hang you up on this.
One thing, across the street, 28 Main Street, was that in the SR? Was that, so the one right across the street which got approved was also within that same district, same situation?
Yeah, I think it's confusing because it's historic district, but then the
Right.
zoning,
Right, but so the one across the street at 28 Main Street was also the same SRH, and same with 30 Main Street, which we put a pool in as well. Was also the same.
I did not sit on that, I don't believe.
it just, I think the,
So what you see here is
Yeah.
the overlay,
I think I did.
Madam Chair,
Yeah, you might
of
have.
the stripe line is the old historic district, but that's the zoning, is the SR10, and the SR10 is what this commission is having issues.
right, exactly.
Zoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see 3 pools in that same zone, just on the locus.
Yeah,
not
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So,
Yeah, we did a study on that. I think Linda presented it, showing like all the precedent.
was there some call for some relocation revisions that you felt were acceptable?
I think that we could certainly move it closer to the house. I think that if the waterfall's a no-go, we'll kill the waterfall, if that helps the board. I mean, we could shift it closer to the house. The only thing is there is that deck, and it would be kind of nice to get a little screening from it, so if we could shift it like 2 or 3 feet off the property line. Right now, currently existing on that property line is a massive hedge that's like double hedge. It's probably 10 feet tall or 12 feet tall. It's really dense. So we could certainly pull it off that property line if it pleases the board, and eliminate the waterfall, since that seemed like it was a concern of the board and of the council budget.
Okay, thank you, Lindsay. Is there a motion that somebody would like to propose with those stipulations?
And Chairperson, just a reminder, I made a motion.
I know, but we just had some added, we have some concerns, so,
Okay, make a motion to hold it. Wasting time.
You're kidding me, right?
He's got a motion.
You're kidding me, right?
Okay, do the motion and see if it carries.
well, somebody has to.
He did.
Oh,
As it was submitted.
without the caveat. Okay, who is in favor of John?
So I would,
All right, yeah, no, that's so.
John, you're making a motion that very likely will result in a no, which prejudices the applicant on a future submission. So I would ask you to reconsider your motion so that it is something that might be approvable.
Well, everything there is approvable.
They want to add things to it, so,
By the commission, John, the vote by the commission, your motion will not carry. From what I understand, if we were to poll the members, it would be a no.
Yeah, I respect your opinion.
Well, I respect your opinion too, but that's not the point. I'm just trying to say there is perhaps an approvable motion based on a consensus of the discussion.
okay.
So I would ask that you amend your motion
What do you want me to amend it to?
per Madam Chair.
Wait a minute. What would you say?
Per Madam Chair, she has the list of things.
Okay.
So what were the things you wanted to add? Exactly what did you want to change? Because I'm opposed to this, so what did you want to change?
I think it should shift as far as it can toward the house.
At least 4 feet if not 6. You don't need all that foundation frame.
Yeah,
Do it on the other side.
and then nix the waterfall. And I guess that's it.
And invisible in perpetuity.
Yeah,
John, did you listen to the added? And, okay. All in favor of John's motion? Yes, amended.
amended, yeah,
Okay,
okay. I,
I'm a no.
I'm a no as well. And John, are you in favor of your motion?
Yes.
All right, so that passes.
we did you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Send that in.
4 for 4. Fours, just like that.
And,
Are you there?
You should come in here. Real party in here, I think.
It's kind of work out there.
Yeah, why were you out there?
I just, getting claustrophobic. There's no service in here either. Like zero, he's looking off in his cage.
You need coffee and.
Next time, I'm gonna do it.
If you want, I'll take you a minute to get organized. Stop the precedence.
It's like Tuesdays.
John,
Did we,
You didn't approve
the main house?
not yet.
Oh,
I was gonna say actually on Tuesdays that it might want to track, but.
personally, I would like to do that because I don't remember the house and he's still working on it.
I approved, I recall.
Yeah.
It's a year, it's open, but we could go really quickly. It might help us to look at it.
What's with these steep pitches?
So, yeah, if am I allowed to speak? I can just start real quick. I can answer that.
yeah,
now.
yeah, why don't you present yours?
So Val, we have changed the roof pitches of the main house, back in line with what the expectation would be. These were submitted subsequently, so these are kind of trailing behind. We would anticipate that we would be changing these pitches to match the main house. So as far as the roof pitch is concerned, that's probably what we would do. I think the footprints are fairly small and the general architectural assembly would still be the same. The pitches will all come down for your comment, in the board's comments. I would also say too, it might be helpful, to look at where the building is placed in terms of its, site plan, just to see where it's kind of set back. Behind the house, there's a garage that's in the next application before you, and the garage is closer to the house, but also set back, so.
Anything else?
That's it.
Great. Val, do you want to start?
Well, he just addressed, the thing about the pitch, but here's where I can't judge, because I don't have that in front of me. And this is 26, over 26 feet as a second dwelling, and it's not over a garage, so I'd like to see it drop. I don't think it has to be 22 per se, but, you know.
You want to go, Carrie?
Yeah, I just have the same concerns as Val about the roof pitch and the height. It also looks like the north elevation is facing this street. And it, I'm sure there will be vegetation on that part where the parking is, but that's where it would be visible. I don't think the two French doors are bad. It could be a lot more glass, so I think limit it at that 2 sets of French doors on the second floor.
And my other question, Matt, because I forgot, is there a slope on this lot? Or did you bring us?
We did finally get the topo from the surveyor, and that is part of the revision set for the main house, so that is there. So you will see, it does have a little bit of a slope down towards the water. So there is some topo change, not significant, well.
Does it affect this building?
Not necessarily, I mean, basically, we're trying to create essentially an average grade in the back of the house, which is close to where the existing house is.
Stephen or John, would you like to go?
Sorry?
Would you like to go comment?
If you want, yeah. East elevation, change the Dutch door to the typical front house door that we approved. And the other one was the where it's chopped up. Me, I don't understand the meeting rail. Not lining up with the meeting rails here to line up with your gutter line. That's what I my comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I think generally it's appropriate. It's a nice design. It's appropriate. However, everything on my perspective is conditioned if I'm looking at the topo with this place and the revisions.
Yeah, I agree with the, and, is that it too? I agree with the slope. I'd like to see that come, and Val, come down a couple of feet. And, what about that storage fish coming out of the side of the building? Does that have to be so severe?
I don't know if great taste, right?
The pergola.
Oh, the pergola.
Yeah.
Swordfish. I could change the detailing of it, or is it just filters the sunlight?
Very stylish.
Is it white?
We've been doing white posts and natural top members, if you will.
Oh, okay. How do people feel about that? Sorry.
Well, we're holding for revisions anyway. So.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh,
We want to
okay.
see the house with
All
the
right.
profile.
All righty then. So. What I wanted to see. He must have a very important thing he's doing.
So like somebody waiting for a child to be born.
Are we gonna, would you make a motion?
Oh,
Would you?
motion to hold for revisions and to correct with the main house.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're gonna hold for revisions because certain things.
Do you want to track the garage? Or do you want to hold it for revisions too? Track with, because it's really simple structure, but I'm happy to hear it.
Well, if there's something that we can comment on in case it might help.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, let's
So you don't
shuffle some batteries around. Yeah. We're almost
Are you gonna do hybrid meetings still, you think?
No.
It seems like you're on the phone.
Doesn't.
I don't mind.
This person.
Yeah.
Where does now?
I get that challenge.
Yeah.
So I don't have the vision to see what will happen when you change that pitch. Right now, it looks absurd.
Yeah,
So we'll just hold this one too, and you know what you
But
need to
that's
do.
the only thing.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
Simple
everything
structure.
else is-
Yeah.
Do it to yourself.
What, I like the steep pitch.
I know, but
I like the steep pitch too.
A bit more liberal these days, so I figured I'd try.
It's a whole new
We're gonna hold it
vernacular
because you have
though.
to change the pitch.
there's some Victorian years left.
There are, there's.
Hi. But,
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Ciao. All right.
It's a whole new vernacular being introduced on.
In Eels Point?
And
Stephen, where's Stephen? Well,
Oh, we went down there.
who's doing BJ Henderson's? Jesse said he had somebody here to represent it.
could it be Linda?
Okay, I can't sit on it because she's my customer.
He was on the phone for a second. He might have been working. We had to wait for Stephen for it.
Yeah, I can't sit on this because she's my customer.
And then you'd only have a four-person board. Three-person board. I gotta wait for Stephen. Yeah, but even with Stephen.
I don't know.
He's late.
It's gonna be late.
How late? It's almost
I
like
don't-
2:30.
I don't know.
I know, what time?
Yeah.
Tell him we need that. I only have 3 members. He went that way. He said he'd come like that. But this is nice air conditioning. I can sit here.
Which application are you on? You're next, okay, let's, I know, you've been waiting, so let's,
Oh, let him go.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, let's,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
does anybody mind?
All
right.
So you need to make a motion to hold.
Motion to hold, what is it,
6-8 Silver.
Number 13.
number 13?
Six-eight Silver Street.
Yeah, we're gonna hold,
Till Steve gets back.
Okay.
This is.
and you are 10 Morrison?
That's right.
They're all night long.
Madam Chair, what time are we meeting till?
Identify yourself.
2:30.
7 minutes.
James Travis. This is a very simple addition. This is an existing garage with attic space above it, and we're converting it into a second dwelling. So it's still only a story and a half structure. It's matching trim and colors on the existing main dwelling. It's pretty simple, fairly straightforward.
You're keeping one wall, James?
I'm keeping the entire bottom floor. I'm taking the roof off and building on top of the existing.
Where have you been?
So I was in New York and I was doing Zooms. Busy with other stuff. That's the existing structure. So basically the bottom floor is staying, the garage is staying. It's under 25 feet and it's only a story and a half. It's not full height walls in any location.
And that stairway faces away.
Faces the moors, you
Okay.
can't see it.
I
I just wanted to see where it was.
any
So-
concerns?
Yeah.
It's not moving, it's not expanding.
This is facing the street. Yes.
I don't believe that's-
Your site plan, yeah, it's the west that
It
faces
is what,
the.
sorry.
That's,
Essentially like a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Val,
oh, yeah,
I think it's an improvement to the structure. I have no problem with it.
super duper. I think, that the west elevation should have some more windows on that first floor and even in one above.
Those are bathrooms. So
Yeah.
Cake window.
I can potentially add windows to the lower level without any issue.
Or
Would that be
maybe some
acceptable?
larger ones, yeah.
is it the,
That's the only elevation I think is the street, and I'm pretty sure.
I can certainly add 2 more windows to balance it out, so it's 2 over 3. Add 2 windows on the third floor.
Can they be larger?
Yes.
Okay, that, I think that would satisfy me. I mean, it is a garage apartment.
I can
Yeah.
scale them up. I
And
can add,
the middle one now. Can we
I'll
do that?
scale the
They're
window,
all
the
the same.
middle one up to 6 inches wide, 6 inches taller.
Yeah, I mean, you have an A window, that seems short, but that width seems better, but it still seems,
How
it's
about,
just such a massive
how
wall.
about I do an A window with 6 inches added up height?
Yes, that would do it.
I'll do 3 of those to replace some of these.
could you show that to John?
So John,
John, the-
on the western elevation, they're suggesting that. So the A window, which is this window, I'm going to make it larger version of it, 6 inches taller.
It's on the last.
Might be able to see in the model.
This elevation, Barry was saying.
So I would take this window, but I made it 6 inches taller. It's a little squat. That's the side man door, it doesn't face the street. It's the side man door facing the driveway. What faces the street is the west elevation. There's a nice big existing here. You can see.
Do we have a motion? Kara, did you make your motion for the window frame?
I was waiting for John.
Oh, yeah.
Is that okay?
He sounds like he's.
Motion to approve with 3 larger size windows on that street side elevation, which is the west, on the first floor.
And the second floor windows get to be A. You said the second floor windows were gonna be bigger. Is that weird?
A windows plus 6 inches.
On the
So my
second floor or the
existing-
first floor?
That's on the first floor, but
First
now
floor.
I'm saying some on the second floor being A size.
And you can-
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
You said bigger, and I agree, I think bigger on the second floor.
Okay.
All 5 windows on that elevation.
Yes, yes. Bigger.
It didn't get mentioned.
I'll be fine. Well, actually,
All
It's a good
those in
improvement.
favor of that motion? Aye. Val?
Aye,
John?
Motion.
I'm on this
The-
one.
the-
Just Ethan has-
Changing the windows, making the windows larger on that, whatever side that is,
Thank you.
west elevation. Okay, so that motion carried.
The next one, Ethan had
Nice
to
to
go.
see you, James.
See, the second time, it was James. Face to face.
I'll be back.
Ethan had to go.
Hold on, what time is it?
Let me sign.
Right, we're almost to 2:29.
This could be the last one we do.
Well, skip over me because he's still on the phone back there. He's not coming.
Well, this will be our last one. so.
And Ethan had to go, so, and then Nag is not here, but Tim is here, and he's got, two of them.
But Madam Chair, through you, Tim, if you're okay, Ray and Diane are not here. It's either Stephen, they have a 3-person board.
Oh, sorry, that was. the
But
last
it
one.
was, we didn't know it would be.
All right, so we might as well just everybody go over.
Oh, Ethan left too?
Yeah.
Yeah. he was on the board.
We should be focused on-
So we are at 278 Colpus Road. He left?
Yes.
I'm sorry? Yes.
Ethan's gone, that's 278. I've got to have no more than 3 people on 6A Silver. And no one else except Tim is here and he doesn't have a full board, so you're sort of done.
Okay.
Well,
But before you motion to adjourn, you all are not here on full board, but I wanted to discuss the meeting update schedule and the start time discussion. First of all, the July 13th meeting that we thought we were going to be meeting in here, we're not. We'll be meeting in the community room.
Good.
Okay. And you have the option of meeting at 4, 4:30, or 5, but Stephen and Ray aren't here, and Diane, so I don't, I didn't put this on the Tuesday meeting, so I have to put it on for Thursday next week.
Earlier in the day for Diane is tough. She has to get somebody out of work.
But anyways, I posted the meeting for Tuesday at 4:30.
personally, I prefer 5, but
I,
it's easier for me.
I agree, but if you posted it for 4:30, then we'll.
But I can always change it, but my point is Ray and Stephen and Diane are not here.
Right, well, I noticed in the email, Ray said 5, I
Yeah.
said 5. he
Yeah.
said 5.
And I can change it to 5.
Yeah, let's change, okay, so do we have to make a motion on that?
Yeah.
No, okay, let's just say 5 o'clock.
That just gives us that one extra little half hour. to-
Well, you're working, I mean,
Yeah.
how do you, I don't know how
And it
you.
takes a half hour to make some consideration of these things. But you have to.
But we meet 2 times a week, so.
Yeah, I think we probably need that. So, do we have to approve any minutes or?
No.
So we're all set. Anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
We hold this next week. The other members don't-
You have to make a motion.
Yeah,
to hold
well,
everything.
we kind of heard, you mean on the 5 o'clock, starting at 5? Well, Ray did respond, he would prefer 5. So,
Abby,
and I know,
you have to make a motion to hold everything else.
okay, so could somebody make that motion?
Sure, motion to carry everything over to Tuesday.
Okay, all in
That
favor,
hasn't been heard, July 6th.
everyone in favor of Val's motion to hold? Aye.
Motion is.
To-
Yes, that's why.
Yeah, no, I'm not, sorry. We are holding everything over till Tuesday, and that meeting is going to be at 5 o'clock in the community room.
Thank you.
So 5 o'clock from there.
Yeah,
Makes it a lot easier, yeah. 4:30.
5 to 7 is perfect.
Need a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in
At
favor?
one time.
Aye.
Yeah,